Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flag of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh, and its only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yahushua. It's Yahweh Shah. So gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and other bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing the truth and believing His truth toward the four ends of the earth. Then tell your word, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agua who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Coming at you with another lesson, true facts, faith, and edification of daily edification. Lord, what did you be able to find? So I tell you this lesson. Their violent dealings has turned on them. Thus saith the scriptures. Lord willing, it's be edifying. Their violent dealings has turned on them. Now this is from the head brother of the account, the brother Nahoya. His channel is GMS Adawan Ratazah 2. Subscribe and be edified. Subscribe and be edified. Always. GMS Adawan Ratazah 2. And I want to play this clip in the beginning, which is an edifying lesson that the brother did. Watch the lesson. Now, I did this is kind of like a lamb back. The lesson I did yesterday, I put the title up, the article, when it said that Russia gave U.S. an ultimatum. And another article that I used was from the elder brother, Yawanathan. I bought the one from GMS Valdosta, which they done took down all the other channels. GMS Testimonial, right? He got a backup channel. So he put up a video that Russia have signed agreements with 40 states in Africa, right? So the head brother of our account, the brother Nahoya, had did a lesson. He said World War III and prophecy, Russia influence in Africa. Ham. I'm gonna play the beginning of this this video that the brother did, man, because hey, everybody, man, listen. And the apostles, the other bishops, the other been saying this, man, for so long, man, so many years, that these nations is gonna get tired of Esau eating the so-called white man. Listen to this. Let me turn this volume down. Hey, their violent dealings has returned unto them, man. Listen.
Have never faced justice.
Hold on.
The British have never faced justice.
The British have never faced justice. Who is the British he talking about? The so-called white man.
The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, when he said that Africa is a scar on the conscience of the world. How dare he? It is because we have never asked them to answer for their atrocities. The day they do, they will know that we are truly angry.
See, the day they do answer for their atrocities, you will know, he said, that we are truly angry. Who's angry? all the nations. Let's read it. This is Jeremiah 51. Just want to hit these points. Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon. Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations are drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Hold on. Revelation 11 and 18. It reads, and the nations were angry. What? And the nations were angry. What did he say?
Atrocities. The day they do, they will know that we are truly hungry.
Hold on, let's run it back from the beginning. He said the British
have never faced justice. That is why.
Why haven't they faced justice? Because the Lord said, Psalms 73 and 5, it reads, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. This is why they get to run around the earth as a fugitive and a vagabond, and there is no repercussions. There is no repercussions until the end, man. Until the end. Esau's reign of terror is coming to an end, but the nations are angry. One more time.
The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending.
This is why they run around the world. Who is he talking about? The Joe 9 and 24s, man. Can't make this up.
To tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful
Hold
statements.
on, one more time. Hold on. Pretending to tell us what to do. Hold on.
The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was from a former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair, when he said that Africa is a scar on the conscience of the world. It is because we have never asked them to answer for their atrocities. The day they do, hungry. Very serious about this whole idea of reparations and proper apology. They have never apologized.
Alliance. Shoot to kill. Hamaza. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill the poor. The farmer. Brr, pa. Pa. Brr, pa. Pa.
Since there's not much time left for my intervention, let me pay tribute to our peoples that fight against all the evil. Glory to our people, respect to our people, and victory to our people. Thank you, comrades.
Niger coup backers wave Russia flags and attack French embassy as Wagner mercenary boss offers support. Yeah, man. The nations are angry, man. Let's play this clip one more time.
The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, when he said that Africa is a scar on the conscience of the world. How dare he? It is because we have never asked them to answer for their atrocities. The day they do, they will know that we are truly hungry.
That's good.
Have never. And that is why some of us are very serious about this whole idea of reparations and proper apology.
And this is why this bastard got to be removed, man. So let's get these precepts. Good couple of these precepts, man. Oh, bear with me here for a second. Thought I pulled it up. And then let's pull up this blue letter. The nations is pissed off for Esau Edom, man. And as the head brother of the camp always say, it's because the so-called white man control all the resources is the reason everybody flocked to him. Nobody liked the so-called white man because he's an Edomite. Because he's a pale face, a red, cherry plum, red person. No, it's because he controls the resources, man. So a few precepts I want to get. See, this come from them boasting, man. That arrogant pride spirit that they got, man. This is Daniel 7:20. Well, he got a drink of that cup, man. The cup that Esau Edom have passed to all the nations, he got a drink, man. So this Daniel 7:20 reads, and the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. The 3, we're talking about the French, the Spanish, and the British, even of that horn that had eyes, which is America, and a mouth that spake. This is the point I want to make. And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Who are the fellows? It's the other 16 heathen nations. And that's why I tell you in Daniel 2, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another. Even though the Lord has given these nations another option, which is to follow another Edomite, which be the guard, the Russians, the bear. They still Edomites. But the point I want to make is, in a mouth, it's a end of the 10 horns that were in his head, of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. The 3 is French, Spanish, and the British. Even of that horn that have eyes, which is America, that plucked up the French, the Spanish, and the British, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows, right? The Lord gave him a mouth to speak great things. This is Ezekiel. But now these things is turned upon them, man. This is Ezekiel 35 and 13. I just want to hit these points. Lord willing to be able to find. Ezekiel 35 and 13. Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. That's what it said in Daniel 7. In a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Well, who gave him that mouth to speak these things? Let's read Ezekiel again. Ezekiel 35 and 13. Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me. Like he got this power by himself. He got his technology by himself. He was given a great sword like it came from him. Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Well, it had to be given to him, right? Revelation 13 and 5. It reads, and there was given unto him, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. See, like it said in Daniel 7 and 20. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in them that dwell in heaven. Right? So let's get this. What is happening? Well, what's happening is the Lord is turning these bastards' wickedness upon them, man. This is Psalm 70:15. It reads, Psalm 70:14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. Behold, he have travaileth with iniquity, Esau, even a so-called white man, and have conceived mischief. Conceive meaning to take in. The Lord have totally consumed the so-called white man, the Edomites, with mischief, with iniquity, man. Behold, Psalm 70:14, he travaileth with iniquity. He travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head. What did it tell you now? Was that Psalms 37 and 15? Their own sword shall enter into their heart, man. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come upon his own pate. Pate mean to crown your head, man. Your head. He said he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen to the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head. Galatians 6 and 7. And his violent dealing shall come upon his own pate. This is Psalms chapter 9 and 15. And it reads, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they have hid. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. Verse 16. Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. And the precept is Proverbs 26 and 27. And it reads, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. So these bastards, with their prideness, the nations is ready to destroy these bastards, man. But as I brought out yesterday, in Revelation 17, the Lord had put the spirit on them to give their power to the beast, their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled. But guess what's going on in the meantime? Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Right? Jeremiah 49 and 12. And see, they didn't, and see now they are starting to feel the wrath of the Lord, man. Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, which is Israel. And I want to say it's a lucky to the lesson I did yesterday. I had mentioned the word I said relative, but the word is representative. And I'd be fasting, doing too much. Anyway, I had said repetitive. I was listening to my lesson and I said representative, man, which is representative. Anyway, so lucky, I just want to make that point. It say, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, days whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. They drink it, they got to drink too, man. And what's happening is the Lord said in Jeremiah 49 and 10 that he had made Esau bare, man. And these nations is pissed off with these bastards, man. But the only other option is to join the Russians, which are Edomites. Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. Salakia. See, they finna get naked too. And Habakkuk, let's get this. The Lord is exposing these devils, man. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6. And these nations now are speaking out against Esau, man. Because the Lord has set up a guard to get him a spirit of not to be scared, man. Habakkuk 2 and 6. Should not all these take up a parable against him? What you just heard the African leader say? Yeah, man, they talking, man. Should not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? What did Russia just say yesterday, man? He gave us an ultimatum, man. That's a taunting proverb, man. Should not all these take up a proverb against him and in a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? Hold on, I gotta go back. Hold on. Did not this guy just say that? Let's play it again. Let's play it again. Let's play it one more time. Just the beginning part. This is a taunting proverb to the Edomites, man. Let's play it again.
That is why the British have never faced justice. 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 That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was
he talking about the fugitives and the vagabonds, the so-called white man, the Edomites, the elites, man. Huh?
The British have never faced justice. The British have never faced justice. The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, when he said that Africa is a scar on the conscience of the world. How dare he? It is because we have never asked them to answer for their atrocities. The day they do, they will know that we are truly hungry. They have never. And that is why some of us are very serious about this whole idea of reparations.
You see? Let's go back. This is a taunting proverb, man. So back in Habakkuk 2, let's read again. 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Hey, and this ain't just Israel crying. This ain't just us. It's the heathen nations, man. How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. That's in James 5. They have heaped together treasure for the last days, man. America is in over $200 trillion in debt, man. But they got on the debt clock 31, 32, 33 trillion. No, man. It's over 200, possibly 300 trillion. Shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And this is what's happening. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. They that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Now I tell you plainly in Ezekiel 38 that Ethiopia, it's at Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya is with the guard, man. Hold on. We're gonna come back to this. So this is the brother put this in the chat, right? Let me pull this up. The brother put this in the chat. There's two of them, right? Check this out. This is an article. This is from 2020. Pentagon's own map of U.S. bases in Africa contradicts its claim of light footprint. A former secret map from AFRICOM showed a network of 29 U.S. military bases that stretch from one side of Africa to another. Okay? Hold on. Let me show you this. Your brother put both of these in the chat. Here is the other one. Now here's the map. It's a map of African countries that have signed military agreements with Russia. I just did less on this yesterday. Let's blow it up. It's a Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Nigeria, okay, Ethiopia, Tasmania. You see all in the red? These are those. Sudan, Chad, okay, Nigeria, Niger, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Ezekiel 38. Libya is in Ezekiel 38. The prophecies of Yahweh Shema is happening. Congo, Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Sudan, Chad, Niger, which is nigger, Malawi, Algeria, what is that? Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Sudan. Listen, man. They are tired of Babylon the Great, man. Let's go back to this. They are tired, man. Everybody is tired, man. As I tell you in Daniel 7:25 that he's going to wipe the saints through us working on the plantations, changing up these different laws, giving the alphabet community run around freely. All wickedness you can do here, as long as you follow the ways of the so-called white man, is all wearing us out, man. The other nations is pissed off too, man. It say Habakkuk 2 and 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? The nations are awakened, just like Israel is, man. The remnant of Israel is waking. The heathen nations are too, man. because they know, just like when you read about when you watch the movie Nat Turner, right? I mean, Birth of a Nation. Nat, the Lord put a spirit on Nat to realize the same people in the Bible had them in captivity, man. When you read when they say in Deuteronomy 28 and 48, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, you gotta look at the so-called white man and be like, man, this nigga, man. In our lifetime right now, ain't no Chinese and Japanese putting no yoke of iron on our neck, man. It's the so-called white man. All you slow-bellied niggas out there, man, that's defending these bastards, man. You gotta ask yourself, who did this? It wasn't the Chinese and Japanese. This is the only captivity that the Israelites didn't know that they was Israelites. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And awake that shall vex thee. This is a vexation to these heathen nations. Starting with Israel, starting with the words of Yahweh Shema Bashar through his men. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. By the word, it say, the Lord shall consume them by the spirit of his mouth, and then by the brightness of Yahweh Shai is coming. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And this awakening of the Hebrew Israelites was suddenly, man. And awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. See, it says it's gonna be booties unto them. Isaiah 33 and 1. It said when he leave off from committing iniquity, right? Then he gonna be taken, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. This ain't just Israel, it's the heathens too. The 16 heathen nations. Remember Daniel 2, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another. Nobody like the so-called white man. Nobody. They don't got no choice but to cleave to him, because the Lord said in Revelation 17 and 17, until the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled, man. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. The Isaiah 33 and 1. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. They done went into Nigeria. They done went into Libya and Egypt. They done went into those countries. They done went into Iraq and took all the resources, man. Now the Lord have set up a guard to defend these nations. Ezekiel 38. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. He bringing it back to his people. This is falling on his people, man. And we bring it all the time, man. When the Lord say, oh, what's that, Wisdom of Solomon? As Pharaoh suffered, so suffered the common person. Let's get that, man. Let's get there. Let me pull it up real quick. Bear with me up. They think this is a game, man. This ain't no game, man. This is real time. Let's get this. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11, man. Hey, what Esau is doing, man, he's destroying his own people, man. What old boy said, what movie that was? Oh, that was New Jack City. You destroying your own people. Yeah, man. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11. It reads, the master and the servant were punished after one manner. And like as the king, so suffered the common person. So what the so-called white man is doing is destroying his own people. Like old boy said in New Jack City. You destroy your own people. Facts, man. Habakkuk 2 and 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. This their rulership. This is their kingdom, the revived woman empire. It's the so-called white man's rulership. Why the hell is it homeless white peoples in America when the white man own all the Salakia? He own all the resources, man. The elites, the Rockefellers and Oppenheimers and the Rothschilds and the Gettys, the DuPonts, they own all the resources. Why is it homeless white peoples in America? Don't worry, I'll wait. Why? Because he's a nigger at his own table. He's destroying his own house, man. They don't care about their own people. That's madness, man. Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high. Who? The elites. That's a separation from the regular so-called white people than the elites. That he may be delivered from the power of evil, which you will not. That's why I tell you in Amos 9, they shall try to escape from the Lord. The Lord say, whether you climb into the top of Carmel, right? You go up into the heavens, you go into the bottom of hell, which is the earth, their bunkers, or you go into your sub-yachts into the sea. The Lord's going to destroy you, man. It say, Habakkuk 2:10, thou hast consulted shame, well, Lord, to thine house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. See, this is going to fall back on him, man. And that's just the saying in the world. What they say? Karma. No, in the scriptures it's called judgment, man. The energy that you put out, the Lord gonna bring that back to you, man. That's 2 Ezra 5:42. The Lord say, let's read it. The Lord liketh his judgment unto a ring, man. Ain't no escaping, man. Galatians 6:7. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he reap, man. If you sow to the flesh, you shall reap of the flesh. But if you sow to the spirit, you shall reap life everlasting. 2 Ezra. See, this is following these bastards now. But guess what? They think it on applies to them because they got resources so they can sit back and laugh. Well, your people is dying. It was a couple years ago. Them Africans, the Salaki, them Hamites was killing those Edomites over there because they said they took their land. And remember, I don't know, I forgot the brother did the video. A couple brothers did lessons on it. How the Edomite female was complaining. She talking about they killing us over here. Y'all need to do something. Nah, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Y'all went over there and took certain parts of them Hamites cities and they taking them back, man. That's the Lord. It tell you that in the Wisdom of Solomon 5, the Lord said the earth shall fight back with him against the wicked, man. 2 Ezra 5:42. He said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. And that's why I tell you, precept that in Ecclesiastes 4, man. Okay, talking about the Edomites, James White, Michael Brown, the Edomites done away with. You slow-bellied niggas. Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Why? Because they got to pay for what they did, man. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. That's why I say in 2 Ezra 5:42, let's read it again. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. Why? Because you're the same person. Let's read again. Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. There is no slackness of the last, and no swiftness of the first. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. You gotta pay. And these people is taking up a taunting proverb. Habakkuk 2:15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink. What's the drink? The policies, the legislations, the democracy, the draconian measures. Yeah, his laws, his constitutions. Woe unto him that give his neighbor drink, the wine of Babylon, the philosophers, that puttest thy bottle to him and maketh him drunken also. You see this? That maketh him drunken also. What is this talking about? Esau is drunk. He's drunk on his own confusion. And what did he do? The Lord said, it said, woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him. So you walk around drinking, right? Then you hand somebody else the bottle, like, here, drink this too. And maketh him drunken also, because Esau is already drunk. So he's making everybody else drunk. I've been saying it for a long time. The apostle told you the whole globe, the whole Salakia, the whole goal for the so-called white man, they are crabs in a bucket. Their job is to pull many of you Israelites down with them because they know they're going to die grievous deaths. So their job is to pull you down into the bucket, into that boiling water with them, man. Okay? Woe to him that give his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and maketh him drunken also. That's showing you, if you can't read between the lines, that means he's drunk and he's trying to get everybody else drunk too. That thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The Lord said in Jeremiah 49:10, he had made Esau bear, man, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Let's get this in Michael. And these nations is pissed off with these bastards, man. And ain't no turning back, man. Ain't no turning back. If you don't see the prophecies of the Lord separating these nations from America, something is really wrong with you, man. Micah 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's what that Hamite was saying. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. What family? The Edomites, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. And what, Lord? In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and they lament, and say, and lament with a doleful lamentation. That's what we seeing. I'm gonna play it again before I close. That Hamite is lamenting with a doleful lamentation. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He have changed a portion of my people. This is what the Hamite is saying. How have he removed it from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields. This is what they do. This is what you saw them do. Closing precept. Man, this his own this is turning on him, man. Proverbs 11, like it, and 29. It's turning on him, man. The nations is tired of these bastards, man. They tired, man. Proverbs 11:29, it reads, he that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. And what we see going on? There is a doleful lamentation. They should take up a proverb against this bastard, man. He have destroyed the earth, yet he don't think he got to pay, man. Let's play this again. I'm going to close. Hey, and Shalom to all the Akim and not walk tuning in. Yahweh Shema Bashar. Bahashem Rakat Kodash. Why for tuning in? Let's get this again. I just wanted to make some points. Let's play this again. Hey, watch the brother video, edifying lesson, man. That's my little big brother, man. GMS out of one, Ratazar 2. Subscribe to the brother channel.
The British have never faced justice.
What? What did he say? Huh?
The British have never faced justice. The British have never faced justice. The British have never faced justice. That is why they still run around the world pretending to tell us what to do. You know, one of the most painful statements that I ever heard in my life was from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, when he said that Africa is a scar on the conscience of the world. How dare he? It is because we have never asked them to answer for their atrocities. The day they do, they will know that we are truly hungry. They have never. And that is why some of us are very serious about this whole idea of reparations and proper apology. They have never apologized.
See? They pissed off, man. The nations are angry, man. He said the British have never faced justice. The Edomites, because they are fugitives and vagabonds. And there is no bands in their death, man. What they said, Wisdom of Solomon 2, come and let us use the creatures. Hey, you can't make this up, man. The Egyptians, Libya, the Ethiopians, they are siding with the other Edomites on the other side, man. The guard and the bear have spoken, man. What did the bear say? He have given U.S. an ultimatum, man. Now what, man? Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh. Right. Let's read this. Kazab Bun Yehuda, Baruch 4 and 31 and 32. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Yes, sir. They actually got to pay. They got to pay, man. Hey, the same way when you read it in Exodus 24, when we said all that the Lord said we would do, all these nations, they joined the Esau Edom, and they got to suffer because of it, man. You put your hands on the apples of Yahweh's eye, man, and you bastards got to pay, man. You got to pay. And in the kingdom, Ham gonna be over Edom, man. Ham gonna be the taskmasters, man. And do you know these nations are pissed off with these Edomites? Do you know? Hey, me and the brother, we be cracking jokes about the kelp. Hey, we're gonna have to have the Edomites separate from these Hamites in a hole somewhere, cause these nations gonna kill Esau in the kingdom, man. If we don't have them Edomites separated, hey, if it was just a prison, right, at night, and we just lock everybody up together, man, the nations will kill these Edomites, because they're gonna find out this GMO food, this fake money, what is called the economic warfare, which they put sanctions and tariffs, right, and embargoes on these other nations. If we don't separate the Edomites in the kingdom, these heathen nations gonna kill Esau, man. We're gonna have to keep the Edomites separated, man. The nations is angry. You heard what he said? We are angry, man. Because he said the British, the Edomites have been walking around the earth as fugitives and vagabonds and have not been justified, have not seen justice, man. Well, we wait on Yahweh Shai, man. Yeah, man. Beautiful. Let's read this. Psalms 82 and 5 from Kazak Bun Yehuda. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, All the foundations of the earth are out of course, man. Why? Because of Esau Edom. And the nations are angry, man. So all praise to Yahweh Shema Bashai, Bahashem Rikak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders, great millstone who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing his truth and believing his truth to the four ends of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the walk through our listen and learning. Keep your sisters go listen and learning. The waffle tuning in. May you help us, Shema Shah, continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of election through Yahweh Shema Shah be upon your houses. Until next time, I say Shalom. Wa Abba.